What's going on
Okay.
today, everyone? We're here with Emmanuel Sanyu. If I'm saying it right, he'll correct me because I'm not the best with the names. But this brother's from Cameroon, and he's joining us today on the show to talk to us about a few things that's in Cameroon. Also, he's taking his journey to do YouTube as well. So, Emmanuel, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
All right, Emmanuel. So we were talking a little bit before time. You stated that you're about 6 hours into the future.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Cameroon, man. I mean, you're a lot of people over there. People get their education, and that's awesome. I know it's split up into two different languages for sure, mostly French and English speaking. Correct?
Yes, yes. Cameroon is a bilingual country, situated in the central part of Africa, you know. Yes, so Cameroon is a bilingual country in Central Africa, and we have two languages, of course, English and French. We were colonized by both English and French, so we speak both English and French in Cameroon. And Cameroon is a beautiful country, peaceful. It has been peaceful for a very long while, up till when we started having some problems, the English people trying to speak up, to stop the marginalization that has been happening in Cameroon. So far so good. The country is cool, but for the Anglophone problem in Cameroon.
Right. So let me ask you a question. The French colonizer, okay, the French
Yes.
colonizer is still taking money out of Cameroon as we speak now, right?
Yes, they do.
So why is it that the people haven't stopped paying these colonizing taxes to France? Well, why does that keep going on?
I don't really understand what is happening with the Cameroon government at the moment. We were colonized by France and we gained our independence way back in 1960. But for some reason, I don't know, the colonial masters still have a grip on Cameroon, and that is exactly the reason why Cameroon, there is the Anglophone and there is the Francophone, and there is this struggle. There is this power struggle, and for some reason, the French keeps dominating, and I don't know, since France is the colonial master of Cameroon, so the French still keeps dominating. And I don't understand why the French part of the country, the president still feel like we owe France something. I don't know, the colonialism still has a grip on Cameroon. And for some reason, I don't know why they don't want to let go. It's really hard to explain. It's really cumbersome. It's complicated. I really can't give you a clear explanation of what is going on. But for some reason, Cameroon still keeps paying allegiance to France. It's terrible. It's sad, but I really can't comment much on that because I really don't know what is happening and why is that.
Right, because like for me and from what I know about it, France has their tentacles in 13 African nations that they're collecting still
Sure,
most of
sure.
colonial taxes from. And I know the continent of Africa has the youngest population in the world, and usually
Yes,
revolution is with the youth, and it's going to take people like yourself, young people in
yes.
Cameroon, for instance, to say we don't want to be colonized no more. We want true independence, because what's the point of having independence but you paying taxes to a colonizer?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, and that's why most of the Cameroonian youths, we are speaking up. We are trying to stop all this thing that has been going on for a very long time, and it's not easy. In Cameroon, in Africa. Let me not say Cameroon because it's not as if it's a Cameroon thing. It's an African thing. The elderly people, they like holding on to power. They don't want to let go, but gradually, the Cameroonian youths are speaking up, and we are trying to be in control of our destinies, of our lives. And it's a struggle, but we'll get there eventually. But the struggle is on, and the youths are trying to speak up and get what rightfully belongs to them, even though we still have a problems with the elderly ones.
Well, it was actually like that here in America. The older people, they had more of an attitude, at least here in America. Well, let's
Yeah,
go along to get along and turn the other cheek and forgive. But now the younger people today here in America, I'll say we're not turning the other cheek. We're not forgiving. we want, the end of racism and white supremacy. Because understand something, brother Emmanuel,
Yeah,
these French colonizer don't like you either. They don't like black people. They don't.
that's
They
true.
they
That's
just wanted
true.
to take from black people. That's why I was kind of happy the president of Ghana had told that French colonizer Macron that
Yes.
you're not gonna come in here and just tell us what to do, and we don't want nothing from you. I was happy to hear him say that.
Yes, that's true. You know, we were all happy when that speech was made. I mean, it went viral and everybody was very happy. And we just wish we can have more leaders like the Ghanaian president, like the Rwandan president, because those guys, they are trying to send away those colonial masters. I mean, it was a brilliant speech and we all appreciated what he did and we're in support of what he did. So it was a good thing. And I just wish more African leaders can speak up the way the Ghanaian president did because he did a great job, He did a great job. That speech was an amazing speech, and we really like what he did.
Oh yeah, I mean because for us looking in as Americans, especially African Americans, right? We look at the
Yes,
continent of Africa, and that's made up of 54 different nations, and we just for
yes,
us like here we're outnumbered by them, here, but over there on the continent, you guys outnumber all of them. So
yeah.
we have a hard time understanding why is it that you guys are allowed, not you personally, but why is it allowed for the colonizer to come in there to take from African nations, take from the resources, take everything, and you have African people who don't benefit from the resources of their own countries?
As I told you earlier, this thing is more political, and
Mm-hmm.
the way politics is being done in Africa and especially in Cameroon, it's very fishy, You really can't have a clear explanation why this and this is happening because we from a distance we just observe things, we hear over the news that this has happened, the president has done this, France. I mean, when they have these meetings, we are not aware of the meetings and very little information goes out there to the public. And it's a struggle, We really don't understand what is happening. But that is why I told you earlier that as time goes on, the youth and other people are beginning to join the fight. We want to understand why is it that the colonial masters, I mean, we gained independence long time ago, but we don't understand why we are not entirely independent because technically we are not. Our resources keep going to France, keep going to all these places, and we don't understand what is really happening. It's very political, and sincerely, I cannot sit here and give you like a reason why that keeps happening, but we are fighting it. The youth are beginning to ask a lot of questions, and we are wondering what is happening. I mean, I would just hope maybe in the nearest future, we have elections in Cameroon this year. We have presidential elections coming up this year, and we hope maybe the elections are going to change everything. We are hoping to have a new leader who is going to be pragmatic and who is going to be diplomatic enough to let us know what is happening in the country. But at the moment, I really can't tell you why is it that these people still keep coming to Africa or to Cameroon and keep taking all these things. And I mean, everybody makes it seems normal, like it's okay. And meanwhile, there is poverty, there is misery in the country, and the resources keeps going out to these
Mm-hmm.
countries who are really doing very well, So I don't understand why that has to be. And I mean, we have to start talking about these things because it keeps happening even in the 21st century. And I just think we have to talk about it and we have to change that narrative. We have to change what has been happening a very long time needs to change. But sincerely, I really can't tell you that this is the reason why this is happening or this is the reason why this is happening. I grew up seeing all these things and it has been going on for a very long time. So I really can't explain that.
Well, from what you're telling me, and from what I'm hearing, it's
Yes.
we in America we have a few terms for people like for black people who
Okay.
sell out, and we call them a sellout here in America. That they will
Yes.
turn against black people for the racist white supremacist colonizer, right? And they'll side with the
Okay.
colonizer against their own people. And basically, what you're telling me in a lot of ways is that you had a lot of sellouts that's in leadership that was siding with the colonizer against the people. Because see, what the colonizer do is that he'll give some little money and a little trinkets to the sellout, and then the rest of the people suffer. So what you sound like what you guys need is someone who's truly for the black people in Cameroon to become the leader, the president of Cameroon, that's going to truly fight for the people and not going to sell out.
Yes, that's true. I just think like our leaders at the moment are like sellouts. That's why we need a change. Since Cameroon got its independence in 1960, we have only had two presidents, Aijo and the current president. And it's terrible. For more than 35 years, one person has been the president for 35 years, and we just need a change. Of course, he has tried several things, maybe here and there. Apparently, it's not working. So we are hoping that this election come 2018 is going to bring a change, because we need leaders who have the interests of blacks, who have the interests of Cameroonians at heart. We don't need selfish people who care only about themselves and their family. So we are hoping that all those sellouts, maybe they are going to just leave this 2018, come the presidential election. We are hoping to have a new, energetic, pragmatic, intelligent, and smart leader who is going to, bring us out of all this pain, this suffering, this misery, because it's been going on for a very long time, and it's not funny. It's not easy in Cameroon at the moment. It's not easy. There is a struggle between the French and the English, and then the presidency is equally doing this. It's a whole mess at the moment, but we are hoping that this 2018, everybody will come out and vote for a change, because we need
let me
a
ask
change
you a question.
in Cameroon.
Because who's running right now? Do you know of any candidates that's running that is truly for the black people of Cameroon and is against the colonizer?
The thing is, in Cameroon, there is multipartism. So we have a lot of people running. Cameroon is not like the US, where you have just maybe two candidates. In Cameroon, in the last presidential election, we had 23 candidates. And this year, I'm sure we are equally going to have 23 candidates. So it's like it's too much. You really can't tell like who is who. So everyone is going around doing their campaign, giving their plan of action when they become president, and so on and so forth. But for the moment, we have quite a few people we think can really take up the challenge of being the president of this country. But for the moment, there are a couple of people, more than 20 people, aspiring to become the president of Cameroon in the next election. So it's a struggle. Everyone is bringing a new policy. I'm going to do this if you vote for me. There are a lot of people. It's not like there are just 2 or 3 people I can tell you this. So it's a lot. But we all have who we vote for. So it's an individual thing. I cannot say, okay, Cameroonians have decided that this person will become the president, because it's more of individualistic. It's individual. But so far, we have some good people. We think if they win, we might have a change in the country.
Okay. Well, also, like I said, you can consider yourself one day. Maybe you can run for president one day.
Of course, I know. There are criteria, but I'll eventually get there someday. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Because hey, if you love your people, who would more better to run than you, right?
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man. We gotta stand up and fight for ourselves, man. Because like I said, nobody gonna save us. We gotta save ourselves. And all these different people that's coming into African nations. They don't. A lot of them don't mean African nations no good. They just want to steal from African nations. And what we're trying to do here, brother, is we want to unify. The African American community with our different African brothers and sisters in different countries. That's the part of what we're doing here, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes, I doing a great job.
How can we facilitate that? How could Cameroon and the people unify, and maybe what could we do to help assist each other here in America and also in Cameroon?
The thing is, at the moment. Well, what can I say? That's a tough question. But we just need people to help us organize a free and fair election in this country at the moment. We need free and fair election, because for a very long time, we are not sure about the results we have been receiving from our previous presidential elections. So at the moment, personally, what I think we really need at the moment, we need a credible organization, a credible body that can conduct a free and fair election in Cameroon. So that, I mean, it goes by merit. Those who have the people and, I mean, those who have the majority of the votes, they can get to win the presidential election instead of, I mean, because previously people vote, but at the end of the day, everybody knows, oh, this person is going to win. So that's not what we want for this 2018 presidential election. We want an organization that is going to bring us, I mean, free and fair election that is going to control. You know, we have, yeah, in Cameroon we have the election, the Elecam, that is the body in charge of the elections. But you know, it's what it is. So, but at the moment, the only thing you can do now is like bringing an organization that can guarantee us a free and fair election, because that's what we need in this country at the moment.
Oh, okay. So free and definitely outside of free and fair elections, which, like I said, we have issues with elections here too. Believe it or not, people don't know if individuals are influencing it or whatever. Like, because we have our system is we have what they call a popular vote, which all the people vote, and then we have what you call the Electoral College. We're talking about at least in presidential elections, right? And based off of whoever wins the popular vote, they get so many electoral votes. Now, the reason why they did that is because there are people in rural areas that basically would be shut out because there's not many of them. But a lot of people in the United States want to get rid of the Electoral College and just want the popular vote, because actually, if we had had the popular vote, Hillary Clinton would have been our president with the popular vote. And Donald Trump would not be the president, but because of the Electoral College, Donald Trump's the president now. But speaking of Donald Trump, what do you think about Donald Trump when he was talking about African nations being, I don't want to say the word, but a poop hole? What do you think? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, when that speech was made, everybody was shocked. We were like, you know, personally, I wasn't surprised because the president of the United States is somebody, I mean, during the elections, we all knew what he was saying. I mean, all the drama that went on during the campaign trail and so on and so forth. So when that speech was made, personally, I was disappointed that a president, I mean, of one of the most powerful nations in this world could do that, could say that type of things. I mean, it was disappointing. I was shocked. But then again, it's Donald Trump. You know, he can say anything he wants, and maybe he will just get away with it. I mean, he has gotten away with so many things, and I mean, we were disappointed, we were shocked, we felt insulted. I mean, that is not a good thing for a president to say of. I mean, Africa is a good continent. Africa is made up of amazing people. I mean, we are a great continent, and for someone to just say we are, I mean, what he said, I mean, we all felt bad, but then again, and truly it was a little bit controversial, because some people were like, okay, maybe he has a point, maybe he's right, maybe. But overall, a lot of Africans were disappointed and we felt insulted. And I mean, it's not strange that it's coming from the president. So that's just what I had to say. We were disappointed, but at the same time, he's the president and that's what he felt.
Right. And you know, my attitude would be, let's say, well, shoot, if you think that way about us, well, why don't you get yourself out of the continent of Africa then? Get out. I mean, if you think that's what about us, I mean, right, go back to where you come from. I mean, and I don't know, I just had that little attitude because that's the way they treat us. They don't want us around. They say negative and nasty things about us, but then they want to come to where we're at. You get what I'm saying? Like they are some weird people. Let me ask you a question about YouTube. You're doing YouTube, right?
Yes, I am.
So on your YouTube channel, what topics you get into on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so basically I do videos on Cameroon. You know, at the time when I started doing YouTube, I went on the internet, I went on YouTube, and I could not find enough information about Cameroon. I was like, other countries, you find enough information, but when it comes to Cameroon, there were little or no information. So I thought to myself, okay, since there is no one representing Cameroon, I mean, putting out those amazing content for people to know more about the country. I thought I could as well start doing that because I'm very curious. I'm very inquisitive person. I said, okay, let me just start putting out, creating this content and putting out there and representing Cameroon so people can get to know about Cameroon before actually coming to Cameroon. So that's why I started doing YouTube. And so far, I've been creating amazing content about Cameroon. I'm just barely over 6 months on YouTube. And so far, I'm very happy with my growth. I'm very happy. I just try to create content about Cameroon, about Africa, and as you can see, the name of my channel is Emma's Top 10. So I just try to do basically top 10 classifications. I can just say top 10 days, top 10 that in Cameroon, just so people can have an idea of what is happening in Cameroon, be it in music, in sports, in culture, in entertainment, in politics, whatever. So I just try to create as many content as possible with regards to Cameroon so people can get to have, basic informations about the country.
Yeah, and those things are very, very good to have because I think I've seen this other channel. God, I forgot the name of this channel. It's pretty big. Like, have over 100,000 subscribers. They do a lot of top 10s about different African nations.
Tuna Chicken.
That's it. Yeah, because I subscribe to it.
Yes, it's a great channel too. I'm subscribed to him. He subscribed to me. So, we are doing good.
Yeah. I like that channel because I learned a lot of things from that one channel alone.
Yes.
And
they are doing Tuna Chicken is doing a great job. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they really is.
Yes.
So as you start doing more and more YouTube videos, have people noticed you out around?
Yes. So far the response has been good. I can't really complain, but I just wish I can. In Cameroon, we have a lot of challenges when it comes to doing YouTube in Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
The challenges are enormous. Cameroonians don't really understand what YouTubing is. It's something new. And each time, for example, when I go somewhere, I tell people, okay, I'm a Cameroonian YouTuber. I create content. People are like, what are you talking about? What do you mean by creating content? What are you achieving by doing all that? Are you getting paid and so on? It's a struggle. But so far, I've been able to have quite some good contacts. A lot of people have been supporting me, not financially though. Anyway, but so far I need a lot of support. I have this big vision. I want to represent the country. I want to be able to show how amazing the country is. But I just hope as time goes on, as the channel grow bigger, and then I'm going to have people supporting me. But for the moment, it's good. I'm happy. But I just wish I can grow at a faster rate. Considering the amount of work I put on the channel every single day, I just wish I could grow some more faster. But it's okay so far. I can't complain.
It takes time because trust me, it took me years to get to where I was at. But the key is, from what I can tell you, is listen kind of like to what look at what your audience kind of like that you're putting up, and then also things that's hot topics maybe in Cameroon, or if the election is a hot topic, everybody pissed off, everybody going off about what's going on with the election. You can go out there with your camera and speak to those people and let those people, get their voice out there, and you'd be surprised how people start looking for that kind of content, and they know, okay, we come to you and talk to you. They'll start seeking you out, give you different interviews and, the different people right there in Cameroon.
Yes, that's true. You're right. I'm thinking of doing that. I have to do that. I have amazing plans for my channel. And what you just said was already one of my plans, but financial constraint. But I'm going to achieve all that with time. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, shoot. And if you don't have a lot of money for a lot of cameras, if you got a good iPhone, like let's say, like for instance, the latest iPhone or even the iPhone 7, they have a great camera on it. I've shot some good video with an iPhone. So you can make a recording of somebody doing like a little quick interview and then upload it to your computer. You'd be surprised how good the quality is.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yes, sir. So, what's the name of your YouTube channel? How people can get to it?
Oh yeah, the name of my YouTube channel is Emma's Top 10. Emma's MEMMAS Top 10. One word. That is Emma, one word, Top 10, the other word.
Okay.
10. I mean, the 10 is the top is TOP, then 10 written in numbers, not in word.
Okay. So we'll make sure to put that in the pinned comment. Guys, go over there, subscribe to his brother's channel, help him get his numbers
Yeah.
up, talk to
Yeah.
him, let him know how you feel about his channel. He's like, hey, listen, I started out just as much as how he started out, okay?
Yeah.
I didn't have many subscribers either. Trust me. I started off with 0 subscribers like anybody else. So I'm all for supporting up and coming YouTubers, you know, no matter if they from different countries of the world, as long as they our brothers and sisters that's trying to just put your message out there. I think that's a good thing. So, brother, I thank you for joining me today on the show, and I appreciate you giving us the 411 about Cameroon and what's going on with the elections. And I hope you start covering that so I can go watch that on your channel.
Yes, I promise I'm going to do that. And I want to thank you very much for this opportunity. I mean, I'm so grateful for this. And also, one last thing, I equally have a Patreon account. So for those who might want to donate anything, I'm going to send you the link. So when you're pinning my channel, you equally pin the Patreon account. So for those who want to show me some love, some support, I mean, to help my channel grow, then I really appreciate what you've done for me today. Thank you very much for having me. I'm super grateful. I'm excited. Thank you very much to the Advice Show.
All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.